Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Britt, creator of The Style Shaker, your guide to cleaner, greener beauty, skincare, and beyond. Today I am trying out the new KOSAS brow products, and I have scorecard reviews up on the website, but I wanted to give them a dedicated video over here. If you're in the market for brow products or you're looking at them and you're not sure whether or not to buy, stick around and let's get into it. Before I dive into them, if you like honest reviews like this and you're finding them helpful, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to be in the loop in all the future videos I publish weekly. So they're both $22. They have 10 shades available. First question is all about ingredients. I saw no red flags. I'm not a cosmetic chemist. Look at the ingredients for yourself because what works for me might not work for you. That's my spiel. I do see castor oil in here amongst several other ingredients, but I'm a fan of castor oil for brows. I put it on last night actually. I try to put it on every night because it really does help my brows. Anyway, I have no issues with the ingredients. Let's move on to the next question, which is all about application. So you have your spoolie brush on one end, very typical of most brow pencils, and then you have a retractable pencil on this end. The angle of this is different. It almost looks like a triangle. It's very short. In these types of things, you don't get a ton of product and there's so much plastic here. I wish they would reconsider the packaging. I know it's cute, I know it's trendy. It's just a lot of net new plastic and at least have a refill available at this point. For application though, a very light touch goes a long way here. You're supposed to be able to get precise lines with this. I had not so great luck getting precise lines. That was just me. It took me a long time to get there. I wouldn't say I got those hair-like strokes, but it did fill in and I have to barely touch it to the skin for it to fill in, which I like. It's not soft and creamy, so it doesn't look fuzzy and kind of fluffy that way, which again, I'm a fan of. If you don't like that, then you might not like this. For filling it did a really good job, and then you can use the spoolie to just sort of blend it into the brow. Payoff here was really good. Again, a light press and you see plenty of payoff, and you can get into the spaces or gaps that you might want to get into. That's the advantage of the smaller end of this pencil, so that's fine. Just usually you see sort of almost like a ballpoint or you see like a long line. This is right in the middle and it has this wide base like a triangle. So again, it took a little bit of getting used to, but in terms of payoff, I would say the payoff is really good here. And the other thing is, do these look natural? Does it look natural on? Shade obviously has something to do with that, so you're gonna wanna pick the right shade for your brows. I like to do something that's more on the cool side, gray. I can't stand when it's too red or chestnut. It just doesn't match my brows. It looks like I'm painting my brows. I have the shade brown black here and it worked really well. It's a little dark for me, so I could go up a little bit. It worked really well and it looked natural once I brushed it through with the spoolie. You know, it also depends on your technique. You don't want to draw outside the lines of the brows too, so I'm taking all of that into account. But even just a few swipes here really did a good job. Finally, for wear test, I saw no problems. This held up perfectly fine. Really, really good job on the wear test. It looked just as good as it did in the morning all the way into the evening. Here's the final verdict for the pencil. Would I buy it again? While I couldn't get the precise lines, I really did like how it filled in. I just couldn't really get into the shape of this pencil. It's a personal call. Again, I either like a fine point or the PYT pencil is one that I happen to really like. I need to try their rebranded version of it. That I found a little bit easier to work with and I wasn't drawing severe lines. It was easier to just flick onto the brow. I don't know why that is. And also, I wish this had less plastic or refills available. Same for the PYT, to be honest. Plume offers a brow pencil that has refills. It's very soft and you go through it very quickly for the amount of money that you spent. So I am still waiting for something to come out and be the unicorn brow pencil out there. I liked it, but I wouldn't buy it again for those reasons. Now let's talk about the KOSAS Air Brow Gel. This is the product that you can add volume with. If you have sparse brows, you're probably going to want to use it in tandem with a pencil. Or if you have fluffier brows, you want something to maybe add a little bit of color, but also hold them in place. So this also has 10 shades available, which again, I'm a huge fan of. Also $22. And I'm gonna run through the same scorecard. So ingredients here, again, no major red flags. There's castor oil, so I'm happy about that. There's some other nourishing ingredients mixed in with a lot of other ingredients. So check out the list and see if they're okay for you, if you feel they're safe for you. It's a personal call sometimes. Sometimes they're just not good, and I would say that's a red flag, but I didn't see any of that here. Application. This narrow brush gets right into the brows. It's a little bit bigger than the Boy Brow brush. That was like a tongue twister a little bit, but it's smaller than some other ones that I've tried. This is a really good in-between size. I happen to really like the size of this brush, and then it allows you to get into the corners whenever you need to and kind of just brush through without getting product everywhere. The other thing here is a lot of product does go actually onto the brow. Sometimes it's drier, sometimes it's too much product on the brow. This evenly distributed for me. It got a little bit messy, just a little bit messy, but not enough for it to be a negative necessarily. Payoff, I kind of already alluded to this, but a lot of formula does go onto the brow in a non-messy way, or it did for me. Next up, does it look natural? Yeah, it really does look natural. It adds a bit of sheen for, this is not air quotes, it adds a bit of sheen for dimension. Now, if you've used a lot of brow gels, sometimes you can see that they dry down and look crunchy. Sometimes it looks too shiny. I've used mascara before, it looks way too shiny and your brows look like laminated, but not in like the right way. And the wear test. Almost every brow gel I've tried, except for the Air Perez brow gel, which is clear, and you can get this in clear, which I think I might actually, I'm gonna get there in a second. Most of them can't hold my brows in place. They just can't. And so I lean heavily on soap brows to do that. This brow gel really held. It held so well. I was pretty much in shock by the end of the day because I never see that, and I actually think it did a better job than the Air Perez. So if you have renegade brows like I do and you need something to hold them in place and you don't want to shellac them down, you might want to look into this. I'm going to say my final verdict, would I buy it again? I don't like the plastic. I really liked this product though. I really liked it. If they had refills available, or if they had something more sustainable or eco-friendly to use for this packaging, then it would be a no-brainer. I would buy it again and again and again and again. So I'll wait and see what they come out with. Yeah, that's my final verdict. That's it for both of those KOSAS brow products. Hopefully this was helpful to you. What do you think about these? Have you bought them, and do you have thoughts about them? Do you love them? Do you love the gel too? For me, the winner was the gel. The pencil was pretty fun, but the gel really just, wow, hit it out of the park. Thank you so much for watching this one. If you did find this helpful, then don't forget to like the video, as I mentioned earlier, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another video coming out. They come out twice a week, so now you know. I'll see you all right back here real soon. Until then, bye.